This is NBC Connecticut.
Well, your smile is just about the first thing people notice, but when it comes to keeping your teeth clean, there are so many products out there. So how do you know which ones are worth your money? Well, here to offer up some advice is Dr. Jonathan Meier with the UConn School of Dental Medicine. Thanks for joining me, doctor.
My pleasure.
So let's start off by talking about teeth whiteners. I've tried stuff that the dentist has given me. I've tried over-the-counter stuff, you know, those little Colgate strips. What works best?
Well, what worked best with you?
I think the stuff over the counter.
Over the counter?
Yeah.
They can work very good for some folks. And what I really think is that if you're anticipating or thinking about whitening, a good thing to do before you start, because there's so many out there over the counter right now, because I can tell you just about every week something new comes out.
Yeah.
Very hard to keep up, even on the professional side, is you should see your dentist and let him take an evaluation of your teeth, because for some people the over-the-counter products can do very well, depending on what sort of shape their teeth are in, if they're nicely aligned. And for other people it would be a waste of money, and they could run into problems. I've
tried the tray, where you put the gel inside the tray, and the reason why maybe I think over-the-counter is best is because it's cheaper. Well,
it is cheaper, and for my patients, if I take a look at them and I think that they would have a good chance of achieving what they'd like, depending on what their aspirations are, I advise them to go ahead and try it over the counter.
So ask the experts.
Right, because you don't really have anything to lose other than a little money maybe, if it doesn't work the way you want to.
Yeah, just over the counter. Now let's talk about electric toothbrushes. I have a friend who swears by the Sonicare. She loves it. But then I've used the $10 Oral-B, you know, the electric toothbrush there. So what do you think works best?
Well, honestly, if you can do it well with just a plain old manual brush, you can clean your teeth effectively with that. The problem is most people don't have either the patience or the skill to do it correctly, and sometimes they hurt themselves with the manual brush. Well,
there's so many ways. What is the best way, I'm asking you, to brush your teeth?
Well, I would say that probably the best way, what I would advise is, I like the battery-driven, and there are a wide range of prices out there. The Sonicare is not a bad design, or the one that you talked about isn't necessarily a bad design. The big key with that is that they essentially do a lot of the work for you.
Yeah.
Versus
but you want
having to
slow
concentrate.
Strokes or circular strokes?
You want right. You don't want scrubbing strokes.
Okay.
The scrubbing strokes, which a lot of people do, tend to go ahead and injure their teeth or their gums. And so most of the powered toothbrushes don't allow you to do that unless you force it that way.
Before we go, because I know we ran out of time, mouthwash, what's the best one, or which one do you use?
Probably Listerine. It burns a little bit, but the effectiveness of it is pretty good.
All right. I'm taking your word for it. Okay. Thank you so much, doctor. I appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Okay, Brad, back to you.
All right. Thanks so much, Yvonne.